I'd like to call to order the Public Improvement Commission hearing of December 23rd, 2020. The first item are the hearing minutes. At the request of the PIC, the Public Improvement Commission staff, the acceptance of the minutes of the PIC hearing held on December 3rd, 2020. Any questions or comments on the hearing minutes? All right, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion on this item.
I'll make a motion to approve the hearing minutes of December 3rd.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. Moving on to the rescheduled public hearing, continued portion of the agenda. Our first item is on a petition by National Grid for a grant of location to install a gas regulator station and associated infrastructure within Seaburns Avenue, a public way in West Roxbury from Center Street to a point southeast of Brown Terrace, generally at address number 17-19. This was new business on November 11, 2020, had its first public hearing on December 3rd, 2020. This is as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Grant of Location Plan, Seaburns Avenue and Brown Terrace, Jamaica Plain, 5 sheets dated October 26, 2020. Peter?
Good morning, folks. Peter Nagel from National Grid. How are you today?
Doing well. Yourself?
Doing well. Thank you for the continuance from several weeks back. In that time, I think we've made the progress that we needed to on those new business situations that the commissioners had asked us to investigate, and we have done so. What we have before you today is I'm looking for my share screen.
You'll find
A proposal, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, before you today, a petition by National Grid to replace an existing regulator station on Seaburns Avenue at Brown Terrace in its existing footprint within the sidewalk layout there. This location was one that did not lend itself to other means, i.e. seeking out of the rights-of-way parcels that we've tried to do on several of the petitions that have come before you. The station itself is circa 1970, so it is reaching its lifespan, if you will, and it does serve upwards of 10,000 customers in the Jamaica Plain area. The pit itself is a prefab concrete structure, which, as I indicated, would be in the sidewalk, roughly 21 feet long and 6 feet wide. The inlet and outlet piping will be in the street on Seaburns, and to that point at the new business hearing, the commission members asked us specifically to reach out to Boston Transportation Department, specifically Mr. Hesford. That conversation has taken place. Joe Carroll did that discussion with Mr. Hesford, and he is comfortable with the plan. In the meantime, with the deferment from the previous, we have gotten a more conclusive traffic management plan that clearly indicates that Seaburns will be open during the duration of work. And as I mentioned, the large number of customers on this, so this is a construction project that if we were lucky enough to get approved by the commissioners, we would probably need to start in the spring, going in through the summer.
Got it. And I know that there was some, looking at the width of the sidewalk after the work was done and the new sort of above ground equipment was put in. Has that been reviewed and resolved?
That has been reviewed. I'm joined by Sam Uifo, who is our project engineer, and I'd be happy to have Sam directly discuss that with you.
Great, thanks, Peter.
So Sam, if you could,
Good morning, everybody. Merry Christmas in advance. Yeah. The sidewalk is approximately 6 feet wide. And we put the traffic box will sit within the apron between where you have the street lights and the hydrants. So from the curb point to the back end of where you have the street light is about 2 feet wide. It is that space that the traffic box will fit in. It will not extend beyond that point. So we're going to stay within that little section, and you're still going to have 4 feet of space for pedestrians or for the wheelchair personnel to wheelchair individuals to access the sidewalk.
All right, Sam, thank you for that update. Any questions or comments on this proposal by members of the commission?
Peter, in the absence of seeing a set of plans, can you add some words as to who the immediate abutter to the sidewalk space and your consultation? Because I can't see the plans, nor the plans have been shown at this public hearing. So if you could add some words to it.
to reach to them, Power, is that your request?
Peter, who is the immediate abutter to the sidewalk location of this new regulator pit?
There is an apartment building at the corner of Severns and Brown Terrace. That is where the existing station is, Power. That would be the most immediate abutter.
And are they aware of this work which is being proposed?
They will be aware of it, Power. I have not spoken to them directly yet.
Thank you.
But Peter, that would be part of the outreach and engagement plan.
Yes, it would, Chief. In addition, further conversations will take place with Boston Transportation Department, and then, as noted in new business, there was a request to talk to the business association in the immediate area, as well as neighborhood services and representatives from the commissioners, neighborhood services and city councilors.
Okay. Other questions or comments on this? Todd or Robbie? If there are any, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I think we're all set. The one question we had was the pedestrian clear path there, but I think we've confirmed that it's not getting any worse.
If there are members of the public who would like to comment, either feel free to use the raise hand function on this platform, put your name in the chat, and we can call on you.
I see none currently, Chief.
Very good. All right, then unless there are questions, I'll entertain a motion on that item.
I make a motion to approve a petition by National Grid for a grant of location on Severance Ave in West Roxbury, as more particularly read into the record by the chair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
So moved. Peter, Sam, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Happy holidays to all the folks.
Thank you so much. Moving on to the rescheduled public hearing portion of the agenda on a petition by the Huntington Theater Company, Inc. for a granting of an earth retention license for the installation of a temporary earth support system within Huntington Avenue, a public way in Roxbury on its southeasterly side at address numbers 256-264, generally southwest of public alley number 820. This was new business on December 3rd, 2020, and this is shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Temporary Supportive Excavation, Huntington Theater Renovations, 256-264, Huntington Avenue, Boston, 3 sheets dated November 2020.
Yes, good morning. Can you all hear me?
We can.
My name is Jeff Ganem. I am the project manager for the Huntington Theater. Thank you to the commission for hearing us today. Our project, as you may be aware, is the renovation of the historic Huntington Theater. And what we are here before you today to discuss is the temporary opening of the sidewalk for access for, in support of that excavation, for access for utility connections and foundation work. When this work is completed, all of the permanent work will be inside the property line of the Huntington Theater. Our team today is Brunacott Architects, GCA Geotech, Shawna Construction is our construction manager, and Mitch is our civil engineer. If there are no additional questions about the context here, I will hand it over to Joshua Suarez from Mitch, who can walk us through the plan.
Great. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
We can, Joshua. Yep.
Okay, great. Thanks, Jeff, for the introduction. As stated, we are here today for the petition of the temporary supportive excavation within the Huntington Avenue right-of-way. On the screen here, and hopefully you can see my screen, are the proposed conditions. And then here we go with the existing conditions, looking from the southwest at the building elevation of the existing conditions and the existing sidewalk conditions. So what we're proposing for the temporary supportive excavation is approximately 97 feet of excavation with drilled micropiles, timber lagging, which will all be internally braced. The supportive excavation is required for the installation of the proposed utilities and also for the installation of the subsurface detention system. The storage tank will extend just beyond the property line on the east side through section here. On section B, you can see the larger extents of the SOE. For the pedestrian detours, a CMP has been submitted by Shawmut and is currently being coordinated with the Boston Traffic Department. As was mentioned and highlighted in the new business hearing, I know Chief Osgood, one of your concerns was regarding the disruption to the adjacent E-line tunnel, the Symphony Hall, and the underpass. And Mary can expand on this further, but care was taken to the design of the SOE with the drilled piles versus the driven piles. And with that, that summarizes basically the SOE. If there are any questions, Mary is on the line and the remainder of the project team to answer any questions.
Joshua, that was helpful. Mary, and Par may have some questions on this as well, but if you can talk a little bit about, again, so those efforts to minimize impact on sort of the vibrations and their impact then on any of the surrounding infrastructure, that'd be great.
Sure. Like Joshua said, we're using drilled piles, which have very low vibrations. As you can see, we're actually installing some right up, within about 5 feet of the Huntington Theater. So that's, if any structure is going to be subject to vibrations, it's going to be the Huntington Theater. But anyway, as far as the retaining walls for the underpass, those are about 20 feet to 25 feet away. We really don't expect any vibrations there, although we are planning on putting a couple monitoring points on them just to see if there's any deflection of those walls, sort of within 50 feet of where we're doing our excavation. The actual bridge itself is 200 feet away, so we're not planning on doing anything there. As far as the vibration levels, I fully expect they are higher from the traffic and the subway tunnel than anything that will happen from us installing the drilled piles. That's about it. I mean, the main mitigation factor, as Josh said, is using drilled system versus driven.
Great. Mary, thank you so much. Any questions or comments from members of the commission on the proposal?
I see none.
Todd or Robbie?
All set.
Okay. And again, no any public comment?
No.
All right. Now then I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve a petition by the Huntington Theater Company for the granting of earth retention license in Huntington Ave is read into the record by the chair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. Mary, Jeff, Joshua, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Happy
much.
holidays.
Take care. Happy holidays to all of you. Thank you very much. You take care.
Bye-bye.
Moving on to our final item, an informational discussion, citywide, Mayor's Commission for Persons with Disabilities, and the composition of the Public Improvement Commission, an announcement by the PIC chairman. As some on the line may already know, the mayor proposed and the council approved a modification to the composition of the Public Improvement Commission. Currently, the Public Improvement Commission has representation from Water and Sewer, Property Management, ISD, Transportation Department, the Public Works Department. That 5-member commission is wonderfully going to be expanded to 6 with the inclusion of the Mayor's Commission for Persons with Disabilities. Obviously, 3 folks who've been very engaged in all of our work for years. Commissioner Nakash, Sarah Leon, Patricia Mendez, have always played sort of an integral role to the work that we do, but in many ways, by expanding the actual voting composition of the PIC, we're able to make sure that in all of our decisions around adjustments to the right of way, that we are appropriately advancing accessibility for all and making sure that universal design principles are embedded in every single action we take. Of note, this does change the size of the PIC from 5 members to 6, which means that quorum will be 4 members, and that passage of any act or any vote would require 4 members to be in favor of either advancing or denying the petition. Without any questions or comments by members of the commission, by Commissioner Nakash on this item?
Thanks,
or Sarah or Patricia? Sorry, go ahead.
Thanks, Chief. I can lead off from my department. I'd like to thank all the members of the commission for your partnership over the last decade. We've worked all together really hard on different policies and implemented lots of work in the city that's truly accessible and goes beyond ADA compliance. It really leads towards ideal access. And this is just a great honor for us, and it's a responsibility that we welcome. As you said, we've been working together for a long time, and my duly capable staff is very, I can tell they're very appreciated. I'm extremely proud of the work that we've done together and look forward to this partnership moving forward. Sarah and Patricia.
You guys want to add? If not,
And I want to echo,
go ahead there, please.
I think I might be on a little bit of a lag, but I also want to echo Commissioner's words. We really appreciate the support that you, Chief, and as well as the other commissioners have given our department. So we're looking forward to being a part of the formal process to represent and bring awareness to issues that are important to residents and visitors of the city of Boston who have disabilities.
Sarah, Patricia, Commissioner, we're delighted to sort of, I mean, you, as the Commissioner noted, you guys have always been part of this team, but it is nice that now that you are sort of formally part of the actual Public Improvement Commission for going forward. Any other comments by members of the commission, by members of Commissioner McCutcheon's team?
Well, I've been advocating for this for years, so I'm happy that this is finally happening.
Todd or Abby?
Totally agree. It's been a long time coming. Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. Any members of the public?
I see none.
All right, well, our first PIC meeting of 2021 will be on January 14th, so look forward to having you guys part of that. And this concludes our 2020 PIC hearing. Thanks so much to all of the petitioners, all the members of the public who have gone and offered comment, all of the fellow commissioners, to Todd, to Avi, to Karen, to Para, and in many ways to Chong and I don't think we could have made it through 2020 without the great work of the cable office who do it, who helped us lead these sessions in a totally new way. So I really appreciate their work. Thank you to everybody for their great work this year. Look forward to 2021 and have a happy new year. And
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Same to you.
Perfect. Second on, sorry, Amy's motion to formally adjourn the session. there a
Make a
second?
motion to adjourn? Oh,
Second.
All in favor?
aye.
Aye. So moved. Happy New Year all.
Happy holidays.